Hey, what's up? We're back, the Bodybuilding Show, of course, at the Mecca with NPC champ Samantha Wallace. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. We finally got you here for the interview because when you won the overall, you had the eye of the tiger that show. Let's talk about that. Sean, did she not have the eye of the tiger?
Yeah, she was one of the very few competitors that we've seen that was nothing but wanting to win.
Well, in case there's some of you that don't know Samantha Wallace, aspiring IFBB pro. Her first show, just did the team. She placed second. Made you kind of like the sport. You got hungry after that. Talk about what happened after that in your competitions.
Well, I competed in the Julio Ybarra Classic in November of 2014, and I placed second in a team division. So for me, that was kind of like, okay, like not gonna settle for that. And I was really upset. I got really discouraged, and then I woke up a week later, and I was like, it's grind time. So. My coach and I put together a training program, and I followed it to a T. I fell off a little bit for a couple weeks, and then got about 3 weeks out and completely transformed. And then I went into the March show, and I was just calm. I was collected. I wasn't nervous. I was really sick though when I did that show, and so I just kind of tried to pull it together as much as possible.
So, is the Natural Western Classic is the show you won the overall?
It is.
That's a huge show, especially for bikini. So congratulations. Now, those of you that compete in Arizona know that the Natural Western Classic is probably the biggest bikini show of the year. So to win the overall title in there, that gives you a lot of credibility and a lot of momentum going into the USAs now.
Yeah, I'm going to the USAs. I'm about a week out.
I have a couple questions for you. So your first show, you're like, okay, it's grind time. What did you do different in that second contest prep, and then now going into the national stage? How did you progress? Can you talk about that, or is it like secret? Is Julio not going to let you talk about that?
Well, in November it was kind of a last minute decision. We decided 4 weeks out that we were going to do the show. So it was, I didn't really have a lot of prep time. I was iffy about doing it, and then we were just like, you know what, let's just do it, get our feet wet, and so we did. And then when I went into March, I got a taste for what it was like to be on the competitor side, not just the audience side of it. And I really buckled down, dialed in hard, and then ended up winning all 3 divisions: Open, Novice, and overall. And then
how'd you carry all those trophies?
I didn't. I couldn't get into my car. No. Well, the overall one's about yay high. So.
Well, in that win, I mean, I talked at the very beginning of the interview about the eye of the tiger, and you're very competitive, and I can see the look on your face and the drive backstage with your coach. And do you have a competitive background of some sort?
Yeah, I was a dancer my entire life. I was a gymnast for a little while. I dabbled in cheer, didn't like that. But that dance was my primary focus. I'm used to competing, being on stage, solos, group dances, everything. But I don't like to lose, so.
So really, pretty easy to coach as far as the stage presence, would you say? Come on in. This is Julio, Ascent Personal Training. Ascent, right?
Ascent Personal Training.
Ascent, I see him back in a little bit. I see you at all the shows, and what I've noticed is that you're right next to your clients. You don't have 20 people pulling you all these different directions, but your competitors that you do have, the few that you bring to the show, are either winning overalls or they're in the top 5.
Absolutely.
So congratulations, man.
Thank you so much.
Where'd you find this one at?
Honestly, I was working out myself at one of the earlier gyms that I worked at, and then I saw her. She had good shape. She was working out, doing a lot of different stuff, so I kind of figured she had a little bit of direction, and kind of set a goal for her. It'd be something that she could really kind of blossom into. And at that time, I was leaving that gym, and we got to talking about training. She showed some interest in wanting to get more organization, and we did. And then it wasn't long before I kind of realized that just looking at the shape and lines, it was like we just kind of directed some exercises the right way. She could potentially compete and be a strong force, and here we are.
Yeah, I started out figure, but
yeah.
Really? You wanted to do figure because you do have a lot of muscle.
I didn't though when I started. Right. I was like 93 pounds and 20% body fat, and then I just danced. That was all I did, and then I got up to 112 pounds and 12%, something around there.
I remember you had an IG post about that. Did you write it?
Yeah, and then
I'm like an IG creeper now.
Everyone needs one.
I wanted to get a little history so that when I interviewed you, it wasn't a total dork. So I could ask good questions. Okay, go ahead. And then I want you to circle back to what you in here for.
Yeah, as far as and then we got together, started prepping for the first show, and that was supposed to be a figure show. And then she became sick right before, so we kind of pulled out from that one. And then revamped what we were doing, kind of felt that she would do better in bikini classes, kind of get started. And she was still at that teenage, so we thought that'd be a great avenue to win. And
good call.
Took a win, yeah.
Good call, coach.
Yeah, went in and got second. And then after that, it was kind of, from there we kind of knew our route and stuck to it and got the overall win in March, yeah.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
So now going to the USAs, they don't allow trainers backstage because it'd be, you know, it's such a huge show. What are you guys going to do without each other? Because, I mean, you're like attached to the hip of you.
I think I'm pretty prepared. I mean, I know that USA's moves pretty fast, so just staying on top of my timing and, you know, making sure that I'm prepping right before, you know what I mean?
So you're not going to be FaceTiming and stuff?
No, we're not going to be FaceTiming. I was just kidding about that.
Before the interview, I asked her that, and she was kidding. She said, "Oh, you'd definitely be FaceTiming the whole time." But you were just being
peeking out the door.
So you were only kidding. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I am adoring. No, it's good. Okay. So going into the USAs now, what's the difference maker here? Because, you know, everybody's a little bit leaner. I mean, is that what you're shooting for, more or less? There, is it just coming a little bit tighter than you did for the March show?
I mean,
yeah, tighter and just symmetry lines, because she has great lines and shape.
Yeah.
And just magnifying just the posing routines and.
Well, I really truly believe that, especially in bikini, it's all about attitude and presentation of your physique. Of course, in bodybuilding, you can get away with a lot of stuff because if you're really muscular, you're shredded. You can do that, but with the pose, it's all about the pose and presentation.
Yeah.
So, you can tell, even though that was your second show taking the overall title, that you had been on stage. You had great stage presence. I can't believe you're not a sponsor.
I've been holding out for one, crossing my fingers. So
are you getting some letters going out to anybody?
No.
We're gonna have to talk about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have some connections.
That'd be really awesome. Yeah,
Point you in the right direction.
that'd be great.
Yeah. So at the beginning of the interview, I said aspiring IFBB pro. Now, if and when, hopefully it's
Hopefully it's in a week.
Hopefully you're
like
coming
getting
up.
anxiety just thinking about it.
But what would you do with that? Would you be use that maybe as a platform to be a coach yourself, or would you want to just be Miss Olympia? I mean, what is your? Because a lot of people, they want the pro card, just it's like a lifetime achievement award, but you're so young that I mean, you can do anything with it. I mean, would you just want to continue to compete?
I think I just really want to make a brand for myself and not necessarily just Ascent Personal Training, but I want to prove to other people that, you know, no matter what you do, you can set your mind to something and you are able to achieve it as long as you work hard enough for it. And, you know, being one of the youngest ones in a bikini division and going into, you know, a possible pro level, you know, I'm the youngest. I have to show my name for myself, and I want to be an idol to girls that are my age and younger and coming up, you know, that you can live a healthy lifestyle, you can be a full-time college student, and you can succeed in it. I do, you know, eventually want to have cover model opportunities and modeling opportunities and stuff of that, and I know that a lot of IFBB pros are, you know, that's where they get those opportunities from, is being pro, and I feel like I do have potential to go there one day and to end up there, so.
For sure. He wouldn't be coaching you if you didn't.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere, you're stuck with me.
That's awesome.
But I do eventually want to get to that point, you know, maybe land some sponsorships, hopefully from USAs, and, you know, eventually go pro, but Olympia is definitely something we've talked about, and something that'd be a really cool experience.
What are you studying in college? Do you go to ESU?
No, I'm at Chandler Gilbert Community College. I'm just doing it the smart route. I got a grant for school, so I'm just, you know, taking usage of that. Applying for UCLA acceptance next year. Yeah. I'm a biomedical engineer major and a psychology minor, so med schools in the future for sure, and definitely want to pursue being a trauma surgeon.
Check out the big brain on Michelle. That's your middle name, Sam.
Yeah.
I know her from IG as Samantha Michelle, so it's kind of ingrained in me. So, shows are one front behind, right? You know, most girls, actually, when I go to the show, Sean, would you agree that most competitors, when you're looking at the show, most girls look, even guys, look good from the front? Most everybody does. So, when you turn around is when really, that's who, you can really tell who's going to place where. Yeah, that's where you can, where the glute, hamstring tie-in, that's really where you can tell where the conditioning, how much work they put in, and the shape and everything too, of course. But would you mind taking us through maybe going into the gym and just, maybe just give us a little snapshot of maybe secrets of some of your success you have? Absolutely. You want to do that? Cool.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take it into the weight room, and so we'll see you in just a minute. we're back in the gym. Julio's going to go through a kind of a pre-exhaust exercise, a little secret to their success that he has Samantha do before she does her glutes and hamstrings or any other.
For particular techniques and hamstrings, so we can maximize development. We had an issue the same with her actually feeling the muscle work while she's doing straight leg deadlifts, lunges, squats. She'd always feel her quads fire, and one of the issues is girls always overdevelop the quads by doing too many squats or not really knowing how to get the other muscles, the assisting muscles to fire. So this is actually a physical therapy technique that I borrow to help train muscles to fire differently in different exercises. So I'm going to have Sam lay on the back. And so we would start each routine with minute holds. We're going to start each routine with minute holds and hold contraction. We're going to go back to back, no rest on the hold. She's going to press her hands down to the floor. We're going to drive the hips all the way up. Contract both glute muscles. And what that's doing is helping the brain to fire the muscles in the glutes. So now any exercise she does after we finish our set of back-to-back for 1 minute hold for each leg, whether it's squats, deadlifts, lunges, the glute muscles are technically going to be firing harder because they're pre-exhausted. We've isolated them. But it's nothing that's going to be overbearing. If you have hip injuries, this is something that will actually help change the recruiting pattern in your hips so your hip flexion doesn't contract as hard.
That looks very hard, by the way. Is that hard?
You want some striated glutes?
Is that a minute yet?
It's roughly 8 seconds.
So I'm bailing you out here. That's your back.
So we're just going to go back to back, no rest. And both legs are still working, we're just holding this leg. And we're just really contracting as she's going through. She's pushing her heel through the floor, pushing her hands into the floor and drawing the abs in. Go ahead, switch legs. And squeeze.
Nice.
And once again, posing is all about body control, muscle control. And when you're doing these isometric holds, you learn how to tighten the abs, you learn how to tighten the glutes and hamstrings. So when she's doing her back pose, she's really learning how to magnify her glutes and striate them because she has mental control practicing it in her exercise routine. And when you do this, you're going to get a tremendous burn. You see the shaking of the hips. That's the nervous system firing the muscles. So it gets some activation.
Planning on working out today, Sam?
It's the warm-up right now.
I like to come into the gym and just stare at the weights.
Other side.
But you guys are actually here. You guys are actually going to do legs here today.
We're going to do some legs here today.
So it works out.
Absolutely.
Glad you guys made it down. This looks like I'm going to have to do this.
Yep. There's a lot of different variations, even for different muscle groups too. There's a variation for lats, chest, shoulders, everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are you based out of?
Out of Gilbert.
Out of Gilbert.
Out of Gilbert.
How convenient for you.
All right, go ahead and
about
rest.
a 30-minute drive, but
So, after we've done this exercise, she's going to get a good little pump in her glutes and hamstrings, and now we're going to do a compound lift. I'm going to choose a split lunge over a squat, particularly not because I have anything against squats, but for Sam to really add to her development. I want to get more of a single leg action, straight down, more control, as opposed to a barbell squat, so that way we can watch her quad development. We don't want too much quad development because she's doing bikini, so we want to magnify. Go ahead, stand seconds. We want to magnify her side shape here. So when she does her hip hop, we want more glute pump, so less quad to take away from her glutes. So we're purposely training the legs differently to magnify the range of glutes. So going to be close. That's what we're looking for right there.
I remember the posing was awesome.
And we're purposely trying to create that illusion right there.
And is that comfortable? Getting
I
that?
mean,
You're used to it now?
yeah.
But that looks very hard to twist like
It's
that.
like the twist here.
And you got your glute popping out, your glute there, and
Once again,
it's got it all going on.
So the whole idea is that know your sport. If we're doing bodybuilding like we're doing bikini, we're studying the bikini style body, and we're building the attributes to it. We're not just going to do general lifts. We're going to plug and play our lifts based on the goal. So it's not just let's go work out hard. We have a plan for our body. That's why I take fewer athletes, because it's a lot of work. It keeps people down like that.
Well, let's pause it. We'll get over to the next exercise and see what's going on. All right, Julio's going to show us one more. I appreciate you letting us contribute to your success. What we got going right now?
So we have her feet elevated here for a straight leg deadlift. What this is going to do, it's going to put an extra strain on her hamstring. And once you push up, hit that, go ahead. Pause. We're going to get extra stretch right down her thigh, and we're going to drive all the way up. And to put less pressure on her low back. So go ahead and just do it. So it's just an easy variation, just to add a little more stretch higher up in the hamstring for the tie-in.
Hey, Sean, who does this?
We used to do them.
Yeah, we used to do them all the time. I complained a lot about this one.
Yep. You complain about a lot of things, though.
And I think, let me ask you, is that I used to do them like kind of more bent, and then I would come up and just keep all that tension like right in there the whole time. But Charles Curtis, who's got like the best glutes in the gym right there. Say hi. So he's like, hey V, you need to do your legs super straight. So now I like fill my ass out, my legs straight, and then thrust it all the way up. What do you say about different? I mean, is it to each his own, or is one better than the other? I mean, now you have another variation that you're going into people here. So maybe explain something.
Yeah. So just like with your pressing motions, you have incline, flat, and you have decline. Each of them express different fibers. So going close can express different fibers. Going wide can express different fibers. It varies. So once again, game plan. If you're doing bodybuilding, your side pose, if your side pose isn't so strong, you got to work at a different length as opposed to maybe whenever you're doing your double bicep flex, your inner thighs in has developed. So it's like a game plan. You got to magnify. Each of these are tools you use, but you got to place it towards your biceps, your arc, anyway. So you got to. They all work. So you just got to know what's for you.
Great answer, right, Sam?
Yeah.
So let's take it into the posing room. Like I said earlier in the interview, I really think presentation and posing is probably the #1 thing. Obviously, when they go to the USAs, they're all going to be in shape, but it's going to be the presentation and the posing that separates the high faces from the hot faces. So, I'm going in the posing room, and all right, see you in there. All right, we're back in the posing room with the champ, Sam Wallace. I wanted to see some of this posing because, you know, watching you win your 3 classes and winning the overall title, I was very impressed. And would you mind just for the people, show us, because you have a lot of attitude. And it's all about attitude. So I'm going to get out of the way.
Okay.
Will you do it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Okay.
And it's all about that hip part.
Yeah, do you want me to like
do it all.
Sports bra? Like, what do you want? You
Yeah,
want
let's
that?
do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you got it, flaunt it.
Oh God.
Keep the hat on though. I like.
Okay.
Because you look like
like my signature.
You look like a badass. Oh no, wait. For the record, she doesn't look like a badass. She is a badass. Okay.
Okay. So this is a front pose.
Dang. It looks like it hurts when you do that.
Kind of does.
God, that's great though.
Okay, and then you go into your side. Into the back pose. And then they'll ask you to walk to the back, so you walk to the back. And then they'll ask you to face front. And then they ask you to walk to the front again, so you walk to the front, hit your front pose, and that's about it.
Wow. I don't know about you, but you guys, can you see why she won the overall? She's gonna kill it at the USAs. Why she doesn't have a sponsor, I don't know. How do people get a hold of you?
People can reach me through my Facebook, it's Samantha Wallace, or they can reach me through my Instagram account. My Instagram is Samantha Michelle 94. You do have to request to follow though.
Oh, are you private?
Yeah.
How many followers do you have?
Just like 1,600.
1,600.
Yeah.
She would probably have 5,000 in a week if it was public.
Yeah, but there's some people I have that follow. You know.
Would you do that if a sponsor said, "Hey, we want you to be a public"?
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe you start.
I would start a new one, and it would be more towards like a marketing label rather than having one that's just like my personal life. It'd be more surrounded around my fitness and my goals and my road to pro and stuff like that. So.
This is a question that I usually don't dare to ask, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Okay.
Outside of bodybuilding, outside of competing and working out and eating right, what do you like to do?
Well,
I like to work out.
I like to work out. I like to play games.
I know.
No.
That's why I like to ask this question. It's like.
I really honestly don't really do much. I mean, I work full time. I'm a full-time student right now. I'm on summer and I'm coming up on nationals. So really, the only free time that I have is towards training. But other than that,
If you had time.
I don't know. I just like being outdoors a lot. So, you know, maybe going to the lake, wakeboarding. Big snowboarder, snowboard during the winter. I'm up every weekend.
She's not allowed to do any of that. She's an aspiring IFBB pro.
Right.
You're gonna end up. I was a sponsored snowboarder at one time.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah, I lived in Mecca, California for.
Oh, okay. Like
You know what that's
living
like?
the life. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
I learned to snowboard or ski in Tahoe.
Did you?
So yeah,
That's cool.
we're from the Bay Area. Yeah.
I'm from Walnut Creek.
That's where we're from.
Really?
Yes.
Cool. Well, see, we're doing the interview. We're getting to know each other.
I know, right?
That's what the interview's for, right?
Are you like actually from Walnut Creek? Or are you
Yeah, I
from,
went to Las Lomas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where'd you go?
I didn't. I graduated from school out here. I lived there when I was younger, and then we moved out to good old Gilbert, and then we're back and forth all the time. But my mom's from Orinda. My dad, Orinda Moraga. My dad's from Clayton Valley. He graduated from Clayton Valley High.
No
I have
kidding.
family in Martinez, Benicia, Walnut
Maybe
Creek,
I
Pleasant
wrestled. I
Hill.
used to wrestle against Clayton Valley.
Yeah, my dad didn't wrestle. No, he was a baseball player.
He was.
But, yeah.
Oh, because he was coordinated. Yeah,
Yeah,
coordinated. You laugh because you know
Well,
it's
he
true.
was- my dad was
Because
a-
the wrestlers, we're all in
But
coordinated.
he was like
you
a
know?
big skateboarder and stuff, like Tony Hawk and Stevie Caballero. My dad taught
Really?
Stevie Caballero how to skateboard.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a total downhill guy.
Yeah, it's
Except
not.
Can you ride ramps?
Yes.
Really? Do you listen to punk rock? Music?
Yeah, I mean, my gym playlist is a mixture between heavy metal and like ghetto rap, so
Wow.
it's like right in the mix of it.
Right. Well, she'd fit right in here. I mean,
Yes,
Metroflex,
she would.
wouldn't she?
Little Rick Ross.
Yeah, you
Rick
guys
Ross
are
Radio.
like an hour and a half away.
Well, we're gonna go back in. We're all gonna work out. So we'll see you in there. But I sure appreciate it. It's been a long time coming since March to get this girl on the darn show. So thank you, Julio. Come on in and say goodbye. How to get a hold of you if anybody wants you to coach them. So it's Sam Michelle Wallace. She told me don't call me Samantha Michelle, and I'm doing it like 10 times. I know, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So you find her on Facebook at Samantha
Wallace, and then Instagram as well. It's Samantha Michelle 94. And then you can find us at Ascent Personal Training. We're on Instagram. All you have to do is put at Ascent Personal Training.
Right. You guys want to throw a shout out to anybody, the people, friends, family,
Just
the
want
judges, Gamer Gundy, I don't know.
Yeah, the National USA Board of
Right.
Judges. Just kidding. Well, we want to give a shout out to the Garage Personal Training. We train out of their venue in Gilbert. Also to Joe Valdez and his wife TJ for all of their coaching with my posing and helping us out with this upcoming show. They've been a huge part of our success, so I couldn't have done it without them. Yeah, big collaboration.
Right. And are you guys out? You're out of Gilbert?
We are out of Gilbert.
Great.
Yeah, and to all you future competitors out there, it definitely is possible just to set your sights on your goal and just get started. You know, moving towards is what.
Begin your ascent.
Right,
Yeah, hashtag begin your ascent.
Yeah. Right. Well, guys, it's great to have you on the show. I look forward to seeing you. I'll see you at the USAs.
Yes.
And I wish you the best of luck.
Thank
I
you so
really
much.
think you're going to do amazing. And let's bring home that pro card to Arizona.
Oh my gosh, fingers crossed.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
guys.
having us.
Yeah, no, thanks for watching. I want to throw a shout out myself to Prosupps, 6-pack bags, My Oatmeal, Ride Now, Keto Jungle. Thank you. Please like Swole Swag watches. And yeah, I know I'm not wearing one.
Oh.
I should be.
Oh.
And yeah, please like it, favorite it, tweet it, you know it. Boom.